He battled freezing temperatures and hunger. A cook whose name is Harrison Okene was in the bathroom, but after all these unfortunate situations, he swam for 16 grueling hours, battling dehydration and exhaustion, and he endured attacks from seagulls attempting to peck at his eyes, was stung by jellyfish, and had encounters with sharks on April 18, 2013. After breaking his bones and enduring unimaginable pain for over an hour, he freed himself. But his ordeal wasn't over yet. 4:30 a.m. May 26, 2013. Jascon 4 tugboat was performing towing operations off the coast of Nigeria with 12 crew members. It's a normal day as usual, but something is going to change the history. After 30 minutes at 5 a.m. Suddenly, due to heavy ocean swell, a rogue wave capsized the vessel off the coast of Nigeria, and Jascon 4 was going rapidly to the bottom of the ocean. At this point in time, most crew members were sleeping and some were working. A cook whose name is Harrison Okene was in the bathroom. 100 feet underwater, about 30 meters. Now they were trapped in total darkness. With no food or clean water, Okene was the only member of this crew who escaped from the struck place and discovered a tiny air pocket inside the wreckage. It's a hope to live a new life for Okene. He battled freezing temperatures and hunger. Temperatures in the region range between 27.6 degrees Celsius and 30.9 degrees Celsius. It is reasonable to estimate that at 100 feet deep, temperatures could be slightly cooler, potentially in the mid-20s degrees Celsius range. However, such temperatures are generally not considered dangerously cold. In Harrison Okene's case, the perception of cold could have been intensified by factors such as lack of movement, wet clothing, and the body's stress response to a traumatic situation. Okene is just raising carbon dioxide levels while praying for a miracle. 4:30 p.m., May 28, 2013. Now, 60 hours have been done. When rescue divers arrived to recover bodies, they were stunned as a hand reached out from the shadows. And finally, Okene was rescued after 60 hours of a hopeless, dark phase of his life. Against all odds, Okene survived one of the longest recorded periods trapped underwater without scuba gear. His story is a testament to human resilience and faith. A stormy night in Indian Ocean on April 17, 2013. Brett Archibald was on a surf charter boat in the Mentawai Strait off Sumatra, Indonesia, participating in a surfing trip with his 8 closest friends. He was 50 years old and worked in the hospitality industry. Around 2:30 to 3:30 a.m., severely ill due to food poisoning. While vomiting over the side of the boat, he lost consciousness and fell overboard in the Indian Ocean during rough seas. Alone in shark-infested waters without a life jacket. At that moment, his friends were likely asleep or inside the vessel, unaware of his fall. But after all these unfortunate situations, he swam for 16 grueling hours. The sea surface temperature in the Mentawai Strait, Indonesia, typically range between 29 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius, 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, battling dehydration and exhaustion, and he endured attacks from seagulls attempting to peck at his eyes, was stung by jellyfish, and had encounters with sharks on April 18, 2013. An Australian crew of Barrenjoey passing through it and suddenly spotted him after approximately 28 hours in the Indian Ocean before being rescued. 26th April 2003, Aron Ralston, 27-year-old mechanical engineer and mountaineer, embarked on a solo hike through Utah's Blue John Canyon. He has 6 years of experience in hiking from 1997 to 2003. On first day of his journey, 2:45 p.m. that day, a dislodged boulder pinned his right arm against the canyon wall, trapping him. After being immobilized for 5 days during his entrapment, Aron Ralston had limited provisions, approximately 350 milliliters of water and 2 burritos, with no other options left. Ralston made the critical and unthinkable decision to amputate his own arm to free himself. This self-amputation occurred on Thursday, May 1, 2003, around 11 a.m. Therefore, he performed the amputation on the 6th day of his ordeal. Ralston rationed his supplies while attempting to free himself. After breaking his bones and enduring unimaginable pain for over an hour, he freed himself. But his ordeal wasn't over yet. He rappelled down a 65-foot cliff and hiked 6 miles before finally, about 4 hours, he encountered a family who provided assistance and alerted authorities. A rescue helicopter subsequently transported him to medical care. His story inspired the Oscar-nominated film 1:27 Hours. These extraordinary stories remind us that even in our darkest moments, the human spirit can triumph over insurmountable odds. Which story inspired you the most? Let us know in the comments below.